spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the live group stage draw of the Valorant Indian League Edition 1.0. Today, we'll be deciding among the 12 teams which team will fall into which group and then will compete in the format that has been designed. First of all, we'll introduce you to the league format, which is the round robin format. We will have two groups, Group A and Group B, with 6 teams each out of the 12 teams. 6 teams in each group will compete in the round robin format, in which they'll play a match against each other, and the top 4 teams from each group, the top 3 teams from each group, Group A and Group B each, will then be moved up to Group X. In Group X, we will have 6 teams, 3 from each group, Group A and Group B, as just explained. Now, the teams in Group X will again play a round robin format in the Group X, from which the top 4 teams will be moved up to the deciders. And the deciders, first of all, will have the upper bracket matchups, wherein the top 2 teams will play against each other and the third and fourth team will play against each other. The winner of both these matches will play in the upper bracket grand finals, and the losers of the matches from each of these matches will be moved to the lower brackets. The teams in the lower brackets will then fight against each other for the lower bracket grand finals, and the team that wins the upper bracket grand finals will move to the grand final of the tournament. Then the winner of the lower bracket grand finals will also move to the grand final of the tournament, and then we'll have the grand final. Next, we'll like to brief you all again with the prize pool for the tournament, which is 10,000 rupees. The team that places first will receive a grand cash prize of 5,000 rupees. The team that places second will receive a cash prize of 2,500 rupees. The team that places third will receive a cash prize of 1,000 rupees. We also have individual awards for each of the 3 players that place in their own categories. The first category is the Emerging Player Award, which has a cash prize of 500 rupees. The Emerging Player Cash Prize Award will go to the best player among the teams whose rank is silver or below, that is iron, bronze, or silver. The second, we have the Most Valuable Player Award worth 500 rupees, which will go to the player with most match MVPs throughout the tournament. The third is the Star Player Award worth 500 rupees, which will go to the best player of the tournament overall. Next up, we'll now be starting with the group draw, in which we'll spin a wheel to decide which team falls into which group. I'd like to spin the wheel for the first time. The team that is drawn from this spin will be placed into Group A. The first team that has been drawn from the spin is Sikkim Snipers. I would like to brief you all with the team of Sikkim Snipers. They purchased Skyla, KRT Hardy, Gamester, Kinkai, Exnos, and Blazy. They filled all six of their spots. They spent highest on Skyla and KRT Hardy worth 7.2 million each. And then games Sikkim Snipers has been moved to Group A. KRT Hardy was the immortal player that they purchased, and Skyla was a diamond player. They are the top two players, and we wish them all the best for their group. I will now spin the wheel for the second time. This is the team one for Group B is Jabalpur George. Jabalpur George has been decided as the team one for Group B. They also emptied the wallet on Vegeta Sama 3090 Ti, Samba, Saber, Maverick RXD OP47, and Ogen Blake. Their highest purchase was Maverick worth 8 million. Their owner Vegeta Sama 3090 Ti will be playing himself in this tournament and captaining his team. They didn't purchase any diamond or immortal players. Instead, they built the teams around golds and platinums. How do you think this strategy will work out? Going for golds and platinums instead of going for immortals, diamonds, and then silvers. Maverick was their highest purchase with 8 million. Next up, we'll now have the spin for the second team for Group A. The second team for Group A is Ontarar Kolkata. Ontarar Kolkata spent their wallet on ENT Dexter, ENT Starboy, Retamatum, Logs, Rumen, and Arc. ENT Dexter and ENT Starboy were the star players. They purchased them for the price of 8 million and 7.2 million respectively. They both were immortal level players. Let's see how this works out for Ontra Kolkata. They purchased two immortal players, a gold player, and then silvers, which is different from how Jabalpur George built their team. Let's see what's the difference in strategy and how this works out for them. We'll now spin the wheel for the second team for Group B. The second team for Group B is Jaipur Jaguars. Jaipur Jaguars emptied their wallet on Vandit, Snyrus, Edith, Lamau, Epic Cloudy, and Diablo. Jaipur Jaguars, just like Jabalpur George, didn't buy immortal players. Instead, they spent their money on platinum, diamonds, and golds. The highest purchase was Epic Cloudy with 5.2 million, followed by Edith with 4 million, and all the rest of the purchases were 3 million or below. They are the second team to be placed in Group B. Next up, we will have the spin for the third team of Group A. The third team for Group A is Delhi Dual Top. Delhi Dual Top was very famous throughout this tournament as they are the only team to have spent the entire 20 million that was deposited in their wallet. Their highest spending was Medusa for 9.2 million, which was also the highest purchase throughout the tournament. They also have Hitman 80 bought for 6 million, Mythos bought for 4.2 million, and then Drizzle and RK5136 bought for 300k each. They built the team around two very strong players, Hitman AD and Medusa, while Mythos is gold and the other two players are lower ranked. We'll now have the next spin for Team 3, Group B. At Team 3, Group B, we have Odisha Overkill. Odisha Overkill spent their money on Slayer 052, Ezio, ENT Jayesh, KRT Harish, Spurge, and Revax. Speaking personally, I think Odisha Overkill is one of the best teams and one of the strongest contenders in this tournament. They bought three diamond and immortal level players, which are Ezio, ENT Jaish, and KRT Harish, out of which Ezio is diamond and the other two are immortal level players. Let's see how this strategy works out for them. We'll now have the next spin for Team 4 from Group A. Bombay Prime will be the fourth team that will be part of Group A. They bought ENT Pixel, ENT Theist, Free 0017, Simp, Veer, and Jack Sparrow. Bombay Prime followed a similar strategy to the other teams that bought high rated immortal level players in the beginning and then were left with low money and had to settle with lower elo players. There is a very different mix of players amongst these teams. Next up, we'll now have the spin for Team 4 for Group B. As Team 4 for Group B, we have Kerala Knights. Kerala Knights is another team that spent their entire 20 million that was deposited in the wallet. They bought Simple V1, Mags, Zephyr, Grimlock, Illuminated, and Samurai. Their highest purchase was Simple V1 for 7 million, and all the other purchases were 3 million or below. They have a very balanced team with players from different ranks and different skill sets based all together. Next up, we'll have the skin for the fifth team from Group A. We're now left with just 4 teams that are yet to be drawn. The fifth team from Group A will be Punjab Lions. Punjab Lions was a team that didn't manage their wallet quite well and were left with 5.3 million. Their owner, Uki Hai Stinkfly, will be playing himself. The players that they bought are Deathwish, Terminator, Akarsh Jord, Veins, and Rahul 23. They didn't buy any higher ranked diamond or immortal level players. We'll now have the spin for the fifth team from Group B. Just 3 teams remaining. And the fifth team from Group B will be Chennai Knights. Chennai Knights is another team that then managed their wallets quite well. They were left with a whopping 10.2 million in their wallets. The players that they bought were Knight, Allmarks, Venevarun, Knight of Fury, Waffle Knight, and Griffin Knight. They filled all the 6 slots with 10.2 million remaining. They bought fairly lower ranked players for cheap prices. Next up, we will have the spin for the last team of Group A. The sixth team for Group A will be Gurgaon Gangsters. I'm sorry, the sixth team for Group B will be Gurgaon Gangsters. For Group A, Gurgaon Gangsters will be the sixth team for Group A, and Lucknow Assassins automatically goes to Group B as their sixth team. We have now finished with all the groups. All the groups have been formed. I'd like to announce the groups once again to you. In Group A, we have Sikkim Snipers, Ontrar Kolkata, Delhi Dual Top, Bombay Prime, Gurgaon Gangsters, and one second, and Chennai Knights. And Punjab Lions. I'm sorry, we have Sikkim Snipers, Delhi Dual Top, Bombay Prime, Ontrar Kolkata, Gurgaon Gangsters, and Punjab Lions. In Group B, we have Jabalpur Jords, Jaipur Jaguars, Sikkim, Chennai Knights, Odisha Overkill, Lucknow Assassins, and Kerala Knights. And with this, we come to an end of the group draw. We wish all the best to to all the teams from both the groups and hope they make it into Group X, from where they will go into the qualifiers.